So today we're going to start cutting our road back through. So back here, we're going to cut back through here and make a road back through to the highway. So we're going to get the cutting and see how we make out. So Shelby and I spent a couple hours the other day out here starting to cut out this woods road, and so we started here. We gotta cut all this little stuff out, but we can drive over that, so I'm not too worried. We're gonna come up through here. I gotta take this anthill out, and once that's out, then we'll be able to drive through here, continue back through here, we wanted a little wider so that we can get the mule back through. And back here is where I'm cutting right now. So I'm cut out a couple trees here, and Jordan's pulling them out for him with the four-wheeler. So we're gonna keep cutting till we get back to where we got cut out, and then we'll show you once we get back there. All right. So we got the road cut back here, got the mule back here, and here's where me and the buddy cut up some wood here a couple weeks ago. So there's a bunch more over there. So we're gonna start hauling out what was down that we can burn this year, and then next year all the stuff for next year we'll haul out after we get through this year's season. So we're gonna haul out what we can burn this year and go from there. So we're out here in the barn cleaning up the big spot. Started on it yesterday a bit. A little bit of it cleaned up. Started stacking up some good wood that we found, a couple shingles, and just digging through all the 30 years of garbage and stuff that was in here. So as the sun comes out and warms up this stuff, we'll be able to get that all cleaned up and out of here. And once we got this all cleaned up in here, we can store our equipment in here for the winter, so it's not getting full of snow and rain and all that over the winter. And we're going to get that down here cleaned up, and then we're going to go upstairs and clean out up there and redeck up there so we can get ready for hay next year. So we're going to keep going at this, and we'll be back once we get the rest of this cleaned out. Alright, we're heading up to do the evening chores with the pigs, so why don't you come with me? We'll head on up, give them some feed and top up their water. We're going to start heading off the freezer camp here in the next few days after Christmas, so get our time in with them while we can. And as usual, they are very, very noisy when we come up, because that's kind of what they do. They love to yell at us. So I'm going to get us backed up, and then we'll be back to feed them. Alright, so we're going to get their feed because they're a little bit unhappy. So let's give them some feed and get the water filled up. Yes, case you can't tell, they don't like having to wait for a new feed bag to be opened. They want it right away. They're very vocal about their feed. Spin you around here. And we'll get their water pumped up at the same time. Alright. Got squash here for you guys too. They just mow through their food like it's nothing. Nipples are froze up. He's just loving that squash. He loves it, don't you? Take you all for a walk around their fence line here. Once I get this out of the way. Alright. I like to walk around their fence line and check it out, make sure there's nothing down across it, especially with all the wind we've been getting here lately. You never know when a branch might come down. So I like to take a walk around, just check it out. And you also get to see where the pigs have been going and anything that they might have been up to. So we'll have a look around. Everything looks fine. Here, let me flip you around. Let me know if you this was their original area that they pretty well flattened out. And their hut back there that they don't want to use anymore. They prefer to sleep underneath the trees. They got this rooted and dug and trenched and everything else. Honestly. Alright. Back here they got holes dug where I'm guessing they have been laying. Or were at one point anyway. But you can see their tracks here. They've been walking through here, rooting out here. Rooting in there. They got these roots just rooted right up. Good. So that's pretty much it for the pigs for the afternoon. They're over there eating at their food, and they'll finish that, and then they'll go sleep, and we'll do it all again tomorrow. But all right, we're gonna hop back in the mule and head her back out, and I'll show you guys a couple other things. So we also had wood delivered because, you know, getting crazy busy with other stuff, and we haven't really got much in the woods. So to give us a bump start so that we're not worried about wood this year, we got 3 cord piled up here, another cord here to pile. So we'll get that piled up, and then we won't have to worry about it for this year. But we're going to cut, split, and stack next year's wood so that it's all ready to go to dry over the summer, and then we don't have to worry about it. So yeah, so other than that, really the only other thing that's been going on is just minor little jobs and trying to get some other stuff done, and I'll show you what we've been up to. So we spent the better part of the day in the barn cleaning it out, and the big area that I was hoping to get cleared out, we got pretty well clean. So we got this cleaned up. We got the ride-on in here, the neighbor's ride-on. One of the deep freezers are in here. We got just some wood piled up here, but honestly, you can actually walk in here and there's a floor. Something that we haven't had since we moved here. So we got that done. As you can see up top, the floor is a little bit, yeah, but over the holidays we're going to get up there, clean that out, and start boarding in up there so that we can use up there for storage, and hopefully next year we can store hay in there. So today was clean this. No one wanted to see me struggling clean that because I didn't even want to. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Have a happy holidays and Merry Christmas.